Question 19. Here are two right-angled triangles. Here they are. Given that tan E equals tan F, find the value of X. You must show all your workings. There are no workings for guessing in this 5-mark question. Now you should know from your knowledge of right-angled triangles and trigonometry that the tan of an angle, so the tan of E, is the opposite over the adjacent, as in SOHCAHTOA. If you need a reminder, E is the angle of interest, so this is the opposite side because it's opposite, and this is the adjacent side because it's next to the angle we're talking about. So the tan of E is x over 4x minus 1. In this triangle, the tan of F, it's still opposite over adjacent, is 6x plus 5 over 12x plus 31. That is because this is the angle of interest, so this side is the opposite and this side is the adjacent. Because tan E equals tan F, I can set the two fractions equal to each other. So x over 4x minus 1 equals 6x plus 5 over 12x plus 31. Reaching this point picks you up a mark. To simplify these fractions, I'm going to multiply by the denominators, and I'm going to do both of them at the same time. So I'm going to have x lots of 12x plus 31 equals 6x plus 5 multiplied by 4x minus 1. So I end up with the denominator on the left-hand side being a multiple on the right-hand side, and the denominator on the right-hand side multiplying on the left-hand side. I'm going to expand my brackets. Oh, I should have said getting rid of the fractions picks you up your second mark. I'm now going to get rid of the brackets, so I'm going to have here 12x squared plus 31x equals 24x squared minus 6x plus 20x, so that would be plus 14x minus 5. I can now see I'm going to end up with a quadratic equation, and in order to solve a quadratic equation I need to have it set equal to 0. So I'm going to make my left hand side 0. I'm going to take 12x squared from both sides, so I'm going to have 12x squared. I'm going to take 31x from both sides, so I'm going to have minus 17x and my minus 5. And I've got my third mark. It is tempting at the end of the exam paper to think that you'll have to use a formula or complete in the square, but it is worth just checking if it can factorize, because the only two numbers that will multiply to minus 5 are 5 and 1, so it isn't too hard to check, and with a little bit of trial and error you should find that 4x plus 1 and 3x minus 5 multiply out to give you 12x squared minus 17x minus 5. 4x times minus 5 is minus 20, and then you add on the 3x to get the minus 17x. Here I've got my fourth mark, and we know if two numbers are multiplying together to make 0, 4x plus 1 is 0, so 4x equals minus 1, x equals minus a quarter, or 3x minus 5 is 0, 3x equals 5, x equals 5/3. Now, just to be absolutely sure of that fourth mark, x can't be minus a quarter because these lengths will end up being negative. So 4 minus a quarters would be minus 1. Minus 1 would then be minus 2. That wouldn't make any sense. And to emphasize the fact that this wouldn't make any sense, if I did shift tan to the minus 1 of minus a quarter to work out what size the angle actually was, you can see I get a negative angle. Okay, so it's clearly not going to be that one. The answer for my fifth mark is x equals 5/3. And I've got my fifth mark.